Hi, Mom.
You're
I'm online.
You're live.
Hi, everyone. We've been playing around here, trying to get everything set up to be able to do a live stream here. And now here we are. So, if any of you have any questions, anything that you want to say anything about, let me know. Brent will feed me your chats and let me know what it is that you want to talk about. Meanwhile, let me look at some frequent questions I've had about energy circles. People often ask, well, if I can only have 3 personalized energy circles broadcasting at one time, and I have a whole lot that I would like to use and broadcast, then what do I do? My answer, there are a few things that you can do. One is to activate some during the day, others at night. Or if you have more than 6, then hourly maybe. Activate and just turn some face up, 3 face up, the rest face down. Because face down is not broadcasting. Face up is, so you have that option. You also have an option of using either Energy Circle Viewer, which we have available through Blue Iris Learning Center, or you have PowerPoint or a digital frame. All you need to do with these is set it up to broadcast each energy circle for a minimum of 15 seconds. It's okay if you do it longer, and you can do as many as you want. I have probably between 100 and 200 energy circles that cycle through, and it's just a continuous broadcast where when it finishes going through the list once, it just starts over. And so that's another option that you can do. You can also charge water. Just set the water on the energy circle for a minimum of 15 seconds again. And you can do energy circle sandwiches, which are a little bit complex, but all you need to do is print 2 copies, same energy circle, has your name on it, or put your name on a paper in between and have them facing each other, the energy circles, identical energy circles facing each other, and put them together like that. And you can put other stuff between them. It's kind of, the reason we call it a sandwich is because we have the ability to put a number of different things in there. So that's a little bit while we're working on things to get you a little bit more working with energy circles. So.
Looks like it says Sonia. Can't say that last name. Say hi. Say good morning. That's Sonia and AR, whoever AR is.
Okay, well, we have a few people that have said hello, and so hello. And Brent's going to feed me questions because I can't see the screen so well for answering the questions.
So AR is asking, help me to get good ranking exam and get the dermatology PG seat in a desired college. What can you do that? What kind of numbers or whatever do you think was out there?
Okay, as far as it goes, on a live session, I can't look up and give you a lot on numbers because, yeah, Kat doesn't have all the numbers memorized, okay? But 808 is a really good number for anything like that. 808, that's 808. You can say it either way, whatever you want to. But what I have found is that we have 2 phrases or 2 combinations that work really well when you're studying and when you are test taking. And it's 2 switch words, so it's easy to remember. And when you want to save it for quick retrieval later, care reach. care is to memorize, and reach is to find it. And so care, reach, when you are studying for an exam, when you're working on anything where you need to memorize things, when you need to remember something. And then reach care, so you reverse them, when you are looking, you're at the test time, and you're looking for the answers. So, as you know, reach is about remembering, finding a solution. In fact, reach has a whole lot of definitions, which you find on the Switchwords List at Blue Iris. And so you can work with that. And care reach to save it, reach care to retrieve it. It seems that that puts it in a space for fast retrieval. Another thought when it comes to exam time is people are often very, very nervous about it. And so bluff and cover. Bluff is about fear and nervousness. Cover is about the inner excitement, that feeling of ho, ho, ho. Anyway, those two switch words may be very useful if you get anxiety or have previously gotten anxiety when it's time to take tests. Pay close attention there. You get anxiety, or you were getting anxiety, you used to get anxiety, you have previously gotten anxiety. Put it in the past to allow it to change in the now for the future. So, another switch word that can be very useful when it comes to exam time is quiet. Quiet is about quieting the ego. It's about quieting that voice. When you're testing, have you had an instance where you can't remember things because your mind is going, I should remember this, I should remember this. How come I can't remember it? How come I? So you're spending much too much time focused on, I can't remember it, instead of allowing yourself to reach for what it is that you want. So those are a few things. So you've got care, reach, reach, care. You've got quiet. You've got bluff. You've got cover. So those are a few things. You can string them into a switch phrase. That's just great. And no, the order doesn't matter all that much. When we're talking about reach, care, and care, reach, that's just the order for memorizing and retrieving. And so if you're doing the exam now, then it's reach, care. So those are just a few things, that plus the 808. And genius. Genius may be a really good switch word to use in that situation as well. So,
all right. Divine Child has asked, just wanted to ask if by mistake we use an EC which we didn't need, what happens?
If you don't need it, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to force something on you. If you don't need it, it just gets bypassed. So you can put energy circles up around in a room for different things. And if you don't need this stuff, just bypass this. It's not going to do you any harm. It's not going to cause you any problems. So don't worry a whole bunch about, oh, did I get the right one? Or I didn't really need this one. Oh no, it's been broadcasting to you. It's not going to send you anything negative. As long as you are paying attention to and utilizing the tools that we have given, no big deal. So, simple. Don't worry about it. Calm down, relax. Hard to do it all wrong. The main questions, or maybe I should say, the main focuses that you need are no more than 9 to 12 switch words in a switchword phrase, switch phrase. No more than 3 phrases in an energy circle, and no more than 3 personalized energy circles broadcasting at once. You also want to make sure that all of the information is inside the outermost ring of the energy circle. So if you're using concentric energy circles, it's not a big deal if you go into some of the rings, but you don't want to cross the border into the outermost ring. Okay? So, simplicity. Let's keep it simple, right?
AR asked another question. If we are not able to take color printout, can we draw an energy circle with blue pen and write the switch words with blue pen?
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, color adds the vibration of the color to it. Like your violet, that's one that I go to all the time. It's about separating energies. It's about keeping that negative energy from coming into you. That's why I wear the violet bracelets all the time, is because it helps to keep me separate from the energies coming at me. Anyway, so color is not extremely important. You can use any color you have access to. Blue is calm and relaxing. Black helps to limit the negatives and get rid of a lot of negative thinking and such. We have an article at Blue Iris Learning Center that is called Color Energy Circles, and a quick link to it is CEC, as in Colored Energy Circles, .blueiris.org. That's just a quick, easy link for you to go there, and you can look at the attributes there. But blue is fine. Red is usually just fine. Red is passion. Red can incite anger. If you have a whole lot of red and you're in a negative emotional state, it may increase anger if you have a lot of it. But as far as it goes, the colors are not a huge deal. Violet, blue, black, all are great colors for anything. And you can write with whatever color you want to. Simplicity, let it be simple. And it's fine to draw energy circles by hand. I've had people worry about, but I don't have a graphic program to do this. Can I write it? Yes, you can. The only energy circle that you can't make by hand is the radionic amplifier energy circle, and that's because it is very specific. The spirals in that are very specific. And so other than that, any energy circle you want to draw, you want to copy what you've seen, that's just fine. Don't get excited about it.
All right. I think it's Thriti Tantra says hello, Cat.
Yes.
Feel free to say hi to people, Mother.
Oh, hi. Hi, 3T. I think I pronounced your name right. I know you've been a part of our group and with us at Blue Iris Learning Center for years. And welcome.
And then, let's see here. AR said, awesome, thanks a lot. Even my birthday is on 8/8.
8/8.
That was the one asking for exam.
Awesome.
And then Divine Child, if we think we have overcome some flaw in us, but actually when we come face to face with that situation, we discover that we haven't quite conquered the flaw, what switch word should we use?
What if it's not a flaw? What if it just is? And the best way that I've seen to clear something like that is, first of all, change your story. What is it that you have done in the past? You have reacted this way in the past? Okay, let's stop. We don't always react that way. We used to react that way. So let's change the story first, because that helps. And absolve. I love the switch word absolve here, because absolve is about releasing guilt and blame. It's like, oh, I did it again. Now you're chastising yourself. Let it go. That's okay. Habits take time to change, and it's okay. Accept yourself as you are. Let it go. So absolve. And cut is about stopping something, and shut is end that segment. I like cut and shut. Well, let's see. End is ending the segment. Shut is about stop causing trouble. Okay? And so cut, shut, absolve, those may be good. Forgive yourself. So, of course, there's the forgive. That's possible to work with. But a lot of times, replacing a specific action with something else intentionally to begin with can help you get outside that habit, help you get beyond that reaction. And once again, quiet, 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 because this is all about ego. If you are reacting to a situation, ego feels attacked, and ego is telling you to do this. You got that little storyteller right here on your shoulder it's like, hey, I've got. And so work with that, work with quiet, calm. Those are good. Of course, the absolve and the forgive, and change the story. That, you'll see me talk about that all the time, changing your story. Because when you are just holding on to something, and you have that story about how negative something is, as long as you keep saying that, you keep creating it. So change it, make it something different. And here's something that I noted as a newlywed. Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago. But I had a situation where I had always been taught that you always roll the toothpaste tube from the bottom, squeezing it up so you don't waste any. I get married, my husband's squeezing the toothpaste in the middle. Doesn't he know that he's wasting so much? And it's like, it was harsh thought that I had there. And then I thought about it and I realized, at any point in time, you can press it up from the bottom. It's not wasting. So what I did, I started doing what irritated me. I started squeezing it in the middle. I started doing the thing that irritated me, because it's kind of hard to remain irritated with somebody when you're doing the same thing. So, a couple of things there. We have more?
Let's share. From Krishna said hi.
Hello.
PB says hello, I just joined.
Hi, hello.
And then PB says how to patch up with my husband who has left the house after a fight.
Okay. Remember, it takes two to fight. And forgive, of course. Absolve comes in. And remember the two switch pairs about the relationship with yourself and the relationship with others. Together, divine, relationship, mine. That's about the relationship with yourself. And then divine, together, relationship, other. That's your relationship with others. So I see absolve, and of course, divine, together. And then cream. Cream is about forming bonds. And so bring that bond back between. Absolve. Remember, absolve. That's about releasing the guilt. It's about releasing the blame. So you can work with those things. And you know what? Here's a little secret. When you say, I'm sorry, it doesn't necessarily have to be attached to something. You can say, I'm sorry, and mean you're sorry that the relationship has had this big hiccup, this big problem that has come in. And the person you say you're sorry to can interpret it as you are sorry for whatever it was you did that they perceive that you did, or whatever. And that's okay. You can let them apply the I'm sorry to whatever they want to apply it to. That's fine. Don't worry about, you need to make it very specific, because the more specific you get about things, the more ego gets involved. And the more ego gets involved, the more problems you'll probably find yourself creating. So, absolve, divine together, cream, and forgive.
All right, and Studi's here, so say hi, Studi.
Hi, Studi.
And then Divine Child said, thank you for answering beautifully, and had one more question on energy circles. How long can they use them for? They've been using the same one for years. Is that okay? And then the next question after that is, someone would also like, let's see, 13 would like to know a little bit more about energy sandwiches.
Okay, so I have energy circles that have been running for years, have been broadcasting for years. And they don't lose their power. I know there are those out there that sometimes say, oh, you need a new energy circle because that's got old stuff in it and it's gone bad. What if that were so? Well, if that were so, the master switchword together probably wouldn't be working so well, because it was introduced to us in 1963. Heaven's sakes, it's been almost 60 years since together was defined as the master switchword. And yet it works absolutely beautifully. You'll see that time after time. We've seen it at the Blue Iris Gold workshops. That's one of the things that we work with, is an exercise with that. And it's just amazing to see that. When we go into the database at Blue Iris, we see on just together, just that switchword, tons of success stories. And those are probably less than 10% of the success stories that come in. So, no, the energy circles don't lose their power over time. It's fine to keep using them. And energy circle sandwiches, we have an article at Blue Iris. I believe it's EC Sandwich, or maybe it's Sandwiches. I think it's ecsandwich.blueiris.org. You can go there and read on it. We also have a little bit of a video on it showing ways to work with them a little bit, but it's very, very easy to work with them. And as far as it goes, to get into deeper details about it would probably take a video in and of itself. But it's simple. Think of things as simple, okay? What if the energy circle is complex because it's got so much stuff in it and it's doing so much for you, but the use of the energy circle is absolute simplicity? Because that's what it is. It's absolute simplicity. You take the energy circle, you put water on it. 15 seconds, you drink the water. You're taking in the energy. You have an energy circle, it's hanging on a wall. It's broadcasting to that room. It's just passively, you're accepting it. It's coming through. Very easy. Don't overthink it. There's no reason to overthink it. It's powerful. You don't have to necessarily pay a lot of attention. We have had so many success stories where even people didn't realize that there was an energy circle offering energy to them. I'm always taken back to one of the very early energy circles. Somebody asked for switch words for their sister-in-law to get pregnant. She had been trying for 7 years, no pregnancy. I gave a phrase, sorry, I can't remember exactly what the phrase is right now, asked the person to write it on paper, circle it, and put the sister-in-law's name in it. She did that, and she sat it on her fridge, and she forgot about it. She didn't say anything to her sister-in-law, and like I said, she forgot about it. 3 months later, she opened the fridge, and here came the energy circle down, falling down to the floor on her. And she was like, she's pregnant. Wow. Just like that. 3 months and somebody's pregnant after having been trying to achieve pregnancy for 7 years. That's remarkable.
So let's see here. Where did it go? Let's see here. Someone was asking about fickle mind. Where yeah, there it is. Sangeeta Gupta. Something to tackle fickle mind. From Christian. My granddaughter is married but has lots of trust and anger issues, and that creates a lot of fights in her marriage. She's very insecure, always falling sick, and having money issues. Anything to help? And then Rhoda has joined.
Hi, Rhoda. Hello.
Studi joined.
Yes.
So we're doing good.
So, okay. Fickle. Fickle. When you're being fickle, what you're doing is you're constantly changing your mind. You're looking back at, oh, I should have done something different, and so I'm going to change and I'm going to do something different now. And so what you're doing is you're giving very confusing instructions to the universe about what you want. You have 3 doors, you choose the middle one, you walk through it, and then you go, but what would have been behind door number 1? Maybe I should go back and look at door number 1. And so you're second guessing yourself. And you also, unfortunately, it's very human, but people also often will think about, what if I had made this other choice? And then they'll create in their mind that this beautiful thing is what would have happened if I had made that other choice. But that's just a story about what would have, could have, might have happened. It's not what would have happened because you didn't make that choice. Quit second guessing. Point, find your direction. Self-worth. I like Crystal Horse as for strengthening the ability to see yourself as a strong person and maintain. Abide is about accepting things that are as they are, and that helps you to fulfill wishes. And so you have that as well. So those are a few things. The anger, there are a few things to think about when it comes to anger. One of them is that anger comes and goes, is swallowed down to liver. And anger also comes from liver. So it's kind of a two-way street when it comes to organs and the swallowed emotions that we have. And so if liver is being compromised, it may be releasing anger. Well, what compromises liver? Liver is the body's filter. Are you taking medications? Are you drinking alcohol? Are you breathing the toxic air? Are you drinking water that is full of all kinds of toxins? Are you drinking soda pop? Are you name it. Liver has to filter all of this stuff out. And if liver is having difficulty in filtering everything out and it's being compromised, then you can be very quick to go to anger. I like stress calming, which is a technique I recommend to people all the time. It used to be natural healing, and I know we've talked about it. I know it used to be natural healing, but Dr. Frank decided to change the name a few years ago, and it's quantum energy healing techniques is what he calls it now.
And if Dr. Randy Frank happens to ever hear this, stop changing your name, Randy.
Oh, yes. That's a difficult one to remember. I think I've got it memorized now, and that might be what it is.
So, it's there.
So.
I'm interrupting because we've got more people joining in.
Okay.
Defender Seen Sandu, I can't say that name, says hello. Professional Consulting Services says, hello, Manjiri here.
Guys.
Chatting from Official Link.
Oh, all right. Manjiri.
And let's see here.
I love to see our moderators. These people are just amazing. I love my moderators, the whole administration of the work groups, the Facebook groups that we have here. These women are amazing. Hey, Brent, I just called you a woman. How do you like that?
That's okay. I don't care. Just really hairy.
But I thank them for being here. They are a grand help to you, whether you recognize it or not. They have taken a lot of time, their own time, to support you here and give. And these groups on Facebook that we have are offering you so much for free, and they're working hard to do it. And so kudos to all of my administration. Thank you so much for all that you do.
All right. And Devinder Singh Sandhu, I'm sorry if I'm murdering your voice or your name. I suck at pronouncing things. How to get forgiveness for karma, intentional or unintentional, or past life karma.
Mm-hmm. Absolve is all about that. Again. Womb is about reconnecting to source too, and so I like absolve and I like womb for these things. And if you think about it, karma, to my own perspective, is all about what you have done, and what goes around comes around. I see it as you may have set up your intention when you came into this life to clear some things that you wanted to experience and clear in your between times before you were born, things that had happened in previous lives or whatever, you wanted to experience something. And that's kind of the way I see it when it comes to the karma. But to clear the karma, work with those things, work with cancel, so absolve and cancel, and stop reacting and start responding. And it takes time. It takes time to stop events from continuing to happen. It takes time. Sometimes there's so much movement going on with something that you need to relax, take a deep breath, hold. Oh, I like hold. Hold is about developing personality. Brent, look up hold and tell me.
I can't. No. Don't do anything on your computer.
Oh.
You will break it. You have to do a deep memory recall here, Mother.
Oh, but hold is to build character. That's the specific meaning of hold. And sometimes it's about holding your tongue. And let me tell you, those close to you, they know exactly how to push what buttons to get a specific reaction out of you. And they know it on a subconscious level. And so they may be pushing buttons on you that they don't even realize that they are. And they often will say and do the same thing, expecting the same response, because that's the way it's always been in the past. And when they don't get a reaction, well, they push it again, and they push it harder, and they push it from the right and the left.
Can you read that?
Not so well, but
Can I try to zoom it in for you?
you can. Oh, I love my son. He's too cute. So, karma. To change your karma, change the way you see what's going on in your life. You are the driver. Change your story and begin to recreate according to what it is that you really want. And what you really want, more often than not, you don't even have a clue. You only have the things that you think you want. What if what you're experiencing is just the waves of things that you have been thinking about, that you are thinking about? So, and remember, you may have chosen to be where you are before you were born. You may have set these things up because you wanted to experience it, but you got that veil that keeps you from actually seeing what you had set up. And so accept, embrace. Oh, I so love embrace. Embrace is about accepting what is and just fully accepting things. You give and receive complete acceptance in an embrace. And so work with that, and we'll go from there. So you need to highlight things.
I can't highlight.
Oh.
Prim Christian.
Okay, Prim Christian.
3 times.
Married 3 times, nothing worked out. And she's a lovely person, has lived a maximum of 5 months with her husband and currently alone. I want her to settle down and be happy. She's 58 with no job. So, repeated patterns means that there's something about the way you are telling your story, the way you are reacting to the world, that is creating the same experience over and over again. So, my first thought, always when it comes to relationships, actually almost anything, I have 2 things that I recommend on consultations every time. I do this when I send out my email every time. I often talk about it when I am talking with people on video on it. And these 2 things are the prayer of forgiveness, which I've mentioned on previous videos, but a link to that is POF, as in prayer of forgiveness, .blueiris.org. So work with that daily, once a day, more often if you want to, for a month, because it takes a minimum of 3 weeks to set a habit, and you begin to deeply ingrain the habit when you continue it for a full month. And then purge cancel, the purge cancel technique. And what I recommend there is begin every day. Purge, cancel, purge, cancel, purge, cancel, purge, cancel. Repeat it for about 2 minutes. You don't have to time yourself. Just repeat it a bunch of times and assume it's 2 minutes. Once or twice, that's not 2 minutes, okay? And then actually set a timer to remind yourself to do it again every couple of hours. Every 2 hours, repeat the purge, cancel, purge, cancel, purge, cancel. Do it before you get out of bed in the morning, and then do it when every 2 hours throughout the day, and then do it when you are lying down ready to go to sleep. I've had people concerned about using cancel. For some reason, somebody out there wrote some kind of an article about it that puts it in a negative perspective, which doesn't make any sense to me, because we're not, with switchwords, it's not about the dictionary meaning of things. It's about the experience around what happens, an action or whatever. Something that happens always seems associated with something. And cancel is about ending the negativity. It's about clearing debt. There are several different definitions of the switch word cancel. And purge is to expel. It's get rid of it. Really get rid of it. And so that's why purge, cancel is something that I recommend. I had at one point recommended postpone, cancel, and then when purge came in, it immediately wanted to replace the postpone. Postpone is about letting it go, just dropping it, let it go. And purge seems to be so much stronger, I guess, as in it is expelling it. It's getting rid of it. And so those are things that I highly recommend. And then change the story. You said that she always has this happen. All of the relationships end this way. And that's putting the same thing into the future as has happened in the past. So let's stop putting in the now things we don't want in the future. Okay, so that has happened in the past. That's the way it was. Remember also that it is never your responsibility to make somebody else happy. You can't do it. You can try, but you'll fail. That's not your responsibility, and it's not their responsibility to make you happy. I remember a gentleman who had a really rotten Valentine's Day one year because he had planned all kinds of things and done a lot with his wife. He'd taken her out to dinner, given her flowers, given her gifts, and thought that he had done everything that she wanted, and yet he was in trouble with her because apparently whatever she wanted, it wasn't what he gave her. And so he winds up in the doghouse after having done what he thought was the perfect thing for her for Valentine's Day. Well, he couldn't make her happy. Nobody else can make you happy. You choose to be happy. Let go that it's their job to make you happy or that it's your job to make them happy. And let go of all of those stories about all the negative things that they have going on. So
Just trying to get you to read your comments.
What?
Just, is there Rhoda saying, hey, demonstrate as we talk, if you can.
What?
She's saying, Kat, do demonstrate as we talk. She said it a few times. Like, I don't know what that means exactly, but.
Rhoda, I don't understand what you're talking about. Sorry. I'm not going to go into a lot of deep things. Like I think I saw that you talked something about, what were you talking about? Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
I'm breaking your train of thought and making you
yes,
look over here on purpose.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah, I go off. You can ask anyone who's done a consult with me. I go into a lot of details sometimes on different things. But hey, that's Kat. You got to deal with Kat, okay? If you're gonna listen to Kat, if you're gonna talk to Kat. So, Brent, it works much better for you to read to me.
Okay, fine. I was trying. I'm trying to help.
I know. He's the best. Yeah.
So Rhoda says, demonstrate as we talk the MIR method, purge, cancel, stroking the back of your hand.
I'm not going to demonstrate the mirror method, Rhoda. It's just something that, first of all, I don't have it ingrained in my conscious mind to make it really easy for me to do. And so simplicity, please. If you want me to demonstrate something, make it simplicity for on this as we're talking live. And so anything else that you're seeing that we want to do?
Just a stroke.
Again, Rhoda, please. I don't remember it consciously enough to be able to do that. It would have to be something. Ask that.
She's saying tap.
I ask that if people want to know about this mirror method, that's MIR, search it. Search it on YouTube. The originator of it has their videos up there. She can do it much better in demonstrating than I can, especially since I don't have the ability right now to look up and read from something. Brent's sitting here forcing his mommy to pull switchwords out of her head instead of going to the list to confirm things, and so
that's right. So that's here. Devinder Singh Sandhu says, I always see angel numbers which are suggesting to follow soul path and start a spirituality-based practice or career and or profession or art-based service. Please guide.
Well, as far as it goes with the angel numbers, let's back up a little bit about what are angel numbers. And let's see, it's Joanne. I can't remember her name for sure, but she has, there's a website for angel numbers, and I believe I link to them on Blue Iris. If you go to numbers.blueiris.org, you'll see down in some of the descriptions where I talk a little bit about angel numbers, and I believe I link you there to the site where Joanne talks about angel numbers and what they mean and such. And so that's one thing that you can do. As far as it goes, they follow and look at what it is that they are sending you messages about. And if you feel lost about what do they mean with my spiritual journey, and start working with therapies and be in, making a career out of that, open yourself to allowing. That crystal is a really awesome switch word to help you to focus and see into what it is that you may want to do in the future. And it's about accessing universal knowledge. 73 is a switch word about connecting to your psychic abilities and such as well. And so you can work with those two things. And I'm looking at 23. What is 23? Oh, it's... Oh, my Brent, he whispers under his breath so nobody hears what he says. But 23 is about focusing on the current time. It's about progeny. It's about all of those things. And so, but I'm seeing 23 as something that may be useful in helping you to see that as well. And imagine, I love imagine. That's a switch word that I think it was mostly defined by Dr. Bina Bakshi. She had brought that to us a few years ago. And it's about making things, molding the current experience and remaking your reality. And so that can be a really magnificent switch word to work with. We have at this point, I think, over 400 switch words, and I don't have all of them memorized. I don't know if anybody does.
There's going to be one person. That's just, going to happen. So Mona Trivedi says, hello, it's so difficult to think positive when there's so much negativity around you. I have been using 01 and 1331 989 to protect me from office problems. Is there anything else I can use?
Bypass is a great diffusing word. Bypass that stuff with bypass. You can use wall, which I believe is about improving security. Up is about being in high spirits. And, okay, my husband's playing with his glasses. He's being quiet. He wants very much.
Cassie is behind her. Her son is picking on his dad.
You see what happens when we get together. Tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery.
But where was I? Recenter me, Brent.
You were talking about getting rid of negativity and office problems.
Oh, okay. So you've got the bypass, and you've got the wall and the up, and B. I love B. B is about being unaffected by ridicule and negative energy. If you are in a space where you feel like you're being attacked, where you feel like there is so much negativity around you, first of all, that violet, yeah, around your wrists, both of them, because your left side is your receiving, your right side is your sending, and yes, that's true even for you southpaws. I've got my very own southpaw, and it's the same with him, left-hander. So you can use those. You can use stress calming. After you have used stress calming a few times, you'll get to the point, or maybe many times, you'll get to the point where you can actually do it very quickly. And any time during the day where you feel like things are making it difficult, kind of like these two giggling here.
You haven't looked at it yet to understand why. This is why.
I too can't see. Oh, my men. You gotta love them. You gotta love them. I mean, what else are you gonna do? So, those are things that may help as far as it goes. I know that there are some numbers in, I believe, sacred codes for stopping and getting along well, stopping all of the backbiting and stuff and getting together, getting along well in a group, in an office and such, stop all that negativity. So you have those things. But as far as it goes, you don't have to react to what other people are doing. In fact, if you look for the golden nugget in every situation, because people are not by default out to attack you. They probably have had something that you have done that's offended them, and you're not going to figure out what it was. Because somewhere in their experience, somebody did something that was very similar to something that you just did. And that was a very negative energy that it came from for them. And so now you've been classified with them, and so now they're looking at all kinds of you in all kinds of negative ways. So don't worry about what it is you did, but do look for a golden nugget in whatever's going on. Because if you can find something positive to focus on when you go to when you go to interact with someone.
I'm moving you on.
Oh, okay.
That's there. Someone asked, what was it? Where'd it go? Someone was asking about how to help them get their visa approved sooner, and then another one pops in that's whenever you fill out a sorts unbalanced, irritated. No, wait, that was Rhoda giving an answer.
Oh,
what can my
Rhoda
daughter
Rhoda is amazing. She loves to help people, and so she's sitting here in the chat giving people a lot of advice. And hey, when it comes to Rhoda, she's going to give you good stuff. She's always going to give you good stuff.
It was Pallavi Kate said, "Hi Kat, please suggest a which word? I'm pretty sure I meant switch word. Switch word for quick visa approval, please." And then the next one on there was, "What can my daughter do to get a job? She's got a good resume for 38 years work experience, but everyone says she's too old. She's 58, no job. Please, is there anything you can suggest?"
So, the visa. Visa is actually a switch word. It's about opening opportunities. And I like now and done, because now is about acting on good impulse now, and done is about creating completion. Halfway is about making a long way seem short. And so halfway now done, we've used that a lot. And so visa, halfway now done. Bring is about manifesting it. So those are a few things that may be useful. One thing that I'm seeing repeatedly here is that a lot of these things are on the group. You have energy circles, and you have switch phrases, and you have numbers. If you want to actually do your diligence and search things on the group, I have found that a simple search works really well. You can, do a search on visa, do a search on permanent residency, do a search on particular individual words tend to work better, but whatever focus, look at what it is, and you will find so much more on the groups. We have been at the Switchwords group was first opened in 2011, so we're approaching 10 years that we've had this group. That means that there's a huge deposit of things. There's just treasury there. So take some time to look up those things, to search on things that you really are looking for, because let me tell you, it's probably there. What was the other?
Sarah, daughter wants to get a job. She's got a great resume, 38 years experience, and she's 58 and is having trouble getting a job.
Okay, first of all, let's take age out of that, because this is a story that she's created, that you've created, that people won't hire me because I'm too old. Let's stop that. We don't need to worry about how old somebody is. It's qualified. Qualified is an amazing diffusing word. It's about developing the skill set. It's about having confidence that you know what you're doing. And I love, recently I've done, probably the last 2 or 3 years, it feels like it's a few months and it's been several years sometimes, but whole is about being attractive, and shebang is about everything, all connected, everything together. I love whole shebang and qualified. Those can be awesome to work together. I also have an article at Blue Iris. It's job.blueiris.org, and it has a whole lot of tools for the different things when it comes to finding a job. The article, I believe, is called Job Seeking with Switchwords. And so you have that whole shebang. Oh, I love that. And that's HOLE. And it's not WHOLE. I know so many people think that HOLE is a bad term because, I mean, a hole. But what does a hole do? It attracts you. It attracts your eye.
And donuts and bagels, both are tasty.
What's the strongest attractor that we know of in the universe? A black hole. It doesn't even allow light out. Hole is an attractor. You see a pristine lawn and there's a big hole in it. The first thing you notice is the hole. You walk into a dark room. There's a hole in the wall, and it has light emanating from it from the next room. First thing you see is that light coming through the hole. You see anything that has a hole in it, that's the first thing that attracts your eye. That is why it's an attractor. Now, when you are negotiating, tender touch rendezvous, awesome. Tender is about negotiating successfully. Touch is about creating a supportive impact. And rendezvous is about a meeting of the minds to mutual benefit. And so those are things. Another error that I see.
Smita Dubé is asking about getting a promotion on a job in the organization and whatnot. I think this is kind of tying in a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, as far as it goes with the promotion, this also does tie in with that. So, tender touch rendezvous is very useful when it comes to job interviews and such, and bonus may be useful in the situation of increasing things. Add the promotion. You got your whole shebang there. You are everything, all included. One error that I've seen so many people make when it comes to job interviews and trying to get the attention of the company to get hired or to get the promotion. One error I see over and over is they are trying to negotiate for the best thing for them. That doesn't matter to the company. What matters to the company is what you are bringing to the table for them. When you center on what it is that you have that's uniquely you for them, that's when you get their attention. And when you get them sold on what it is you bring to them, then They want to know how they can get you. So to sell yourself, you make them important to you. Before you go to the interview, before you apply for the job, what is it that they're really asking for? What do they want? Do your homework. Figure it out. Get a view of what you can do for them, because they don't care what you want.
So what they're saying is they're being told that they're not getting a job because of their age.
So quit worrying about that. You are putting out there that you can't get a job because of your age. They are seeing that, and of course it's being reflected right back to you. Your world is a mirrored reflection, diffusing word, mirrored reflection of your own thoughts. So ignore that. You don't need to know the reason why they didn't hire you. You don't need to put out there that you're 58, so you're not getting a job. Anybody of any age can get a job. Age is not a limiting factor. Okay? And sometimes you can create your own job. I've seen it. I've been creating my own job since the 80s.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was the early 90s, maybe.
All right. So you beat the heck out of jobs. Ami Doshi says they got a person doesn't realize their own happiness and they want Switchwords numbers to help, and it's for proxy.
Okay.
To realize, said a few different things here. To realize the person that she is happy, enjoying a lot of improvement. So I guess they don't know they're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't realize the happiness, how can we help?
I like Rainbow. Rainbow is about living a colorful, conscious life. And it's so fun. Sometimes I actually see the person who brought me the Switchwords even many years later. That was Carrie Smith. Thank you, Carrie. I don't talk to Carrie very often anymore. I've been with Carrie, well, Carrie's been with me. I've been with Carrie. I've known her, whatever, since the early days of the Yahoo Switchwords group. And so that's been a long time. But one day she came to me with that, and I don't remember if she gave me the full definition or if it was just part of it, the colorful conscious life. Dreams back, I think it was all her, dreams beckon reality. But Rainbow is good. And I like Soar. I like Butterfly. Those are about being uplifted. Butterfly gives you a better view of what's going on in your life. Butterfly is a diffusing word. Look these things up because I don't have the whole definition in there in my mind, but you can play around with the different things. B keeps coming back because you can be in peace and wellness. And just when you embrace whatever is, you change your life. It's okay that everything is not as you thought it would be. Guess what? Everything's never going to be exactly like you thought it would be. Embrace what is. Abide. Accept everything that is to fulfill your wishes. And so quit focusing on what you don't want, because that is what interferes. Quiet the mind. So we got quiet, and we've got Rainbow, and we've got embrace, and we've got abide. So you can work with those. And somebody had said something about doing proxy. Proxy is very easy. You've seen me post recently about proxy and how simple it is. All you need to do, you can think, intend, whatever. You can say the person's name. I'm doing this proxy for so-and-so. That's just fine. Or you can just intend that and then just say the switch words or chant them if you want to. Once is enough. You can write it down. And you can put it in an energy circle with their name. Whatever. Very, very easy to play with them and use them. And don't worry about you might be doing it wrong. And some feel like I'm all done with it. I forgot to quit. That doesn't matter. When you move on to another focus, the other than conscious mind recognizes you are done. And so generally, yeah, I'm going to send this proxy to so-and-so, and then you chant it or do whatever you do, and then you go, okay, I'm done. And that will disconnect. But you don't need to make it a huge deal. Intention is everything.
All right. Is there next? I saw it. Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. Gopala Krishnan. Hi, Kat. What are the switch words or codes that can be used to migrate to the country of our choice?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. They want to run away and go have fun somewhere else.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I like Magic Carpet. That's about getting to where you want to go. I like Wheels Up, Soar, because that to me is like flying to where you want to go. I believe there's sacred codes for not all, but many countries. And so you can look into the sacred codes. The sacred codes are channeled by Agesta, and once again, the numbers.blueiris.org has a list of things, and it will link you to Agesta's sacred codes, and you can look up the country codes and such from there. But Abide, again, is good there. And of course, Visa, because that's all about opening up and finding new horizons and moving through where you want, doing what you want. And so what you may find useful is set aside a period of time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, once a day, and read through the switch words and the diffusing words lists. Start at the top. You can set a timer for 10 minutes. Read and think about the different switch words. Just start at the top of the list. And however far you get, that's how far you get. Mark something. This is where I'm going to start next time. And over the course of several days, you can get through the entire switch words list just doing that, where you're only concentrating on that for 10, 15 minutes. And you can do the same with the diffusing words list. That can help you so much. And when you're doing this, this particular switch word just really, really resonates with me. Take it, write it down, keep a notebook that tells you what it is about that switch word and what came to you when you were reading about it. Because that's a wonderful way to get yourself familiar with the switch words, the diffusing words, and then you begin to ingrain them and they start to pop out for you at times when you are looking for what you want for something.
All right. And then Christian is talking about my granddaughter is 26, has no confidence in herself, she doesn't trust her husband, and accuses him all the time, and in turn he mentally abuses her. She's always angry, and she's lost emotionally.
Trust.
And I missed one. That's okay. We'll come back.
Trust is a switch word for aligning all of your energies. And of course, clear is about dispelling anger and resentment. And gold is coming up here. Gold is about being in your integrity, and it's about shining under pressure. which is kind of interesting because the more pressure you put on gold, the brighter it shines. Isn't that cool? Anyway, those are switch words that are coming up in that particular situation. Self-worth. Qualified, once again, comes up here. And again, we're looking at Crystal Horse, because those are all about that. And trusting that you're good enough. Quiet, to quiet the ego. When somebody is upset with you, they're not upset with you. They're upset with their interpretation of you. They're upset with the stories they've written about what's going on with you. And it's the same thing on you. We're not generally actually interacting with each other. We're interacting with each other's stories. Quiet. One thing that I found that can make a tremendous difference is react versus respond. In the heat of the moment, you are probably going to take any action that you do take is going to take you away from what it is you really want. Don't react in the moment. The stronger your negative energy feeling is, the greater the chance is that you are going to do something, if you act in that moment, that will take you away from what it is that you want. Just to give one example, family dinner. Every time that the family gathers together, your brother John creates a ruckus every time. And all I want is to have a peaceful gathering, and I want John not to create that. Guess what? That intention is about guaranteeing that John is going to create problems. And you are most likely going to do something that you don't recognize that sets him off. Because you've got a story that he's going to do that, and he always does it, going, and you're perpetuating that into the future by saying that he does this. You're making it. So, react. Wait. Don't react. Wait till the emotional charge is gone. Once the emotional charge is gone and you're away from it, it can be 10 minutes, it can be half an hour, it can be a week, it can be a month, it can be years. But only respond once you're no longer in that negative emotional state. Because invariably, if you react when you're in a negative emotional state, you are going to take yourself further away from what it is that you really want.
That was a little loud. That's okay. Okay, so one that we missed a little bit, the Mimi23, Me-Mine, I don't know, says some switchword phrases in these difficult times. Money is tight, uncertainty of finances of business. We kind of talked about this earlier, but they may not have been here, so.
Okay. Listen to the words. Money is tight. People are having financial problems. What are those words saying? They are telling you that you're building that into the future. Why? Because the future and the past don't currently exist. Only the now exists. And in the now, when you look at the past, you're beginning to bring what was there into the now, which is building it into the future. So your now is becoming the past as fast as the future is becoming the now. If you don't put it in the now, how can you have it in the future? And if you do put it in the now, you're beginning to build it into the future. This is why things happen over and over and over, because we have these stories where we're saying this is what always happens, this is what we have going on. And as we do that, we build more of that. So remind me, what was the beginning focus on that?
That was difficult times, money is tight.
Oh, money is tight. And okay, so begin. Money has been tight. Business has been having its problems. Okay, that's how it's been. Let's let it go. That's how it's been. What do we want in the future? We want to see prosperity. We want to have money flowing. We want to have a good financial state. So, okay, let's put that in the now. It's like I'm beginning to see shifts. I'm okay financially. Things are beginning to build. So let's change that story first. When you change that story, then you are beginning to allow the switch words to work better. When you say that this is the way it is, and you try to use switch words, you're still focused on the things that have been. And so when you keep focusing back on all of the negative stuff that had been, you are continuing to build that in the future. It's like you're canceling out what it is you want. And so when people say switch words don't work for me, what they're actually saying is I keep canceling the switch words on myself. That's what happens an awful lot. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? It hasn't happened. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not going to work for me. I know it's just not working. It's not working. When you keep saying these things, when you keep feeling these things, when you keep thinking these things, let's cancel them. Let's purge, cancel them. And let it go. Pivot to change your view. What is it because when you are standing in a space where you are looking directly at what you don't want, you're in a perfect place to ask yourself what it is that you do want. Because you are feeling what you don't want, and you know what you do want. And so instead of continuing to look at what you don't want, pivot, and what is it that I want? I want to be in a space of love. I want to be in a space of abundance. And so begin. A plethora, that's an overflowing supply. Find is to build your treasure, build your fortune. Count, of course, is all about making money. And bonus and windfall, all kinds of switch words that can help you there. Okay?
And you can apply that directly to someone else's question of how to face their fear to drive. You want to be more independent with better quality of life.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear how you took possession of the fear? My fear. Okay, let it go. It's just fear, okay? It's not my fear. It's just fear, okay? I have experienced fear, okay? All right. It's not yours. If you don't want it, don't take possession of it. Don't buy it. I want to have my house. I want to have my husband. I want to have my family. I want to have my car. I don't want an illness. I don't want poverty. I don't want. So I'm not going to claim those things. They are that's all they are. They're things. They're the. So let it go. It doesn't matter that it's been there. Don't take possession if you don't want it. So, bluff, once again, cover, once again, and confidence, that's in your qualified, it's in your crystal horse, and wheels. Wheels are all about simplifying movement, and hey, you drive the wheels, right? And so work with those things. And genius, because you're a genius on wheels. I like that. On is about building and producing, and so genius on wheels, I like that.
All right, one last question before we're going to wrap.
Okay.
Any switch words for kids' phobias or visiting doctors?
Womb is all about security, feeling secure. So womb, right there. And once again, we have bluff and cover and keep. Keep is about feeling safe. It's a bit about being secure. And I'm seeing cream again here. Cream is about creating bonds and calm and peace. Those are additional switch words that can be useful there. And together divine. It's about mastering your relationship with yourself.
Thank you. Time to start recording videos.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for spending time with me today. It was great talking with you. I trust that what I've been giving you will be useful. Take the time to look things up. That's what will get you where you want to be, is taking the time, researching for yourself things. We have all kinds of tools. We have a lot of things compiled for you. Our administration has been posting a lot of simple energy circles recently. You can take those and build on them. They have a switch phrase with a specific focus for you. Take them. Expand on it. We've been putting up, between everybody, probably several every single day, have been going up for you. So take those, play with them, add to them, and explore. Off to play with creating more videos for you now, and I trust that this is just something that's helpful for you with all that we've done. Take care. Bye-bye.